All right, here's our audience.
She's not leaving. She's leaving.
Yeah.
There's your back.
All right. Yep.
Sodium citrate, artificial flavors, malic acid, niacinamide, thiamine mononitrate, BHT, and the list could go on and on. All of these ingredients are from a different sort of kids cereal that I found in my mom's pantry. Today I'm going to persuade you to eliminate processed foods from your diet and live a healthy lifestyle. So I'm sure there's some of you that maybe think that it doesn't matter what you can eat and you can just eat whatever you want and not worry about weight gain or health problems. Today I just want to show you that, it does matter the foods that you're putting into your body and that we all need to eat healthier. I'm sure a lot of you agree with me, and I hope that I can give you better information so that you can help others live a healthy lifestyle. So I started eating this way because I had my daughter, and she just kind of made me realize that I want to be healthier not only for myself, but for my family too. So what we're going to talk about today is what processed foods are, what processed foods are doing to our body, and lastly, ways to eliminate processed foods. So processed foods is basically any food that's altered from its natural state. These foods have a list of ingredients on the packaging. And from the website www.bodyecology.com, updated October 18, 2007, it states that about 90% of the money that Americans spend on food is used to buy processed items. Processed foods are foods that come in boxes, cans, jars, or bags. So I have a cereal box, and I just kind of want to point out the list of ingredients. The longer the list of ingredients, the more processed the food is. And so if you can't pronounce the ingredients, you probably shouldn't be eating them. Fast food restaurants buy in bulk, and they use a lot of processed foods and foods with preservatives. So I just kind of want to show you a visual aid that I got from the blog that's called healthnutfoodie.blogspot.com. She did an experiment on buying a hamburger from McDonald's and making her own homemade hamburger. And after 10 days of letting these two hamburgers sit out, this is what happens. The, homemade hamburger, of course, molds, and the hamburger from McDonald's looks exactly the same as it did when she bought it. So that's just showing all the preservatives and, whatever else is put into these things to make them not mold or rot like food is supposed to do. I've just informed you about what processed foods are. Now, we're going to talk about what processed foods are doing to our body. So, basically, processed foods are making us fat. The CDC/National Center for Health Statistics states that 34.2% of American people over the age of 20 are overweight. 33.8% are obese, and 5.7% are extremely obese. I got that from the website www.cdc.gov, last updated June 6, 2011. So when you add all of those numbers up, you can say that around 73.7% of people are not at a healthy weight. I just want to point out that if you are basically that's saying that if you are in a room with 10 people, about 7 of those people are going to be overweight, and that is a very large number. I have a chart here showing that starting in 1960 until 2008, showing how the weight is just going up and up. We kind of leveled out here, but the obese people are rising. So they said that the overweight people are basically getting obese. So that is not good. We really need to make some changes. So I've just talked about, we are also what processed foods are doing to our body is we are not getting the nutrients that we need from processed foods. In the book, The Primal Blueprint by Mark Steeson, on page 41, he talks about the consequences of eating processed foods, and he states that continuing to mismanage your genes with bad choices over years and decades will likely result in obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and or the vast majority of degenerative conditions requiring a doctor's care or medication. A huge percentage of all doctor's visits today are directly consequence of lifestyle choices that are misaligned with the environmental and survival conditions that shape our primal genetic makeup. Again, that's from page 41. So a lot of processed foods are high in carbohydrates and are causing our insulin levels to peak, and insulin causes your body to store fat and prevents it from burning fat that your body has stored. So I've just talked to you about what processed foods are doing to your bodies, and now I want to talk about some easy steps that we can do to eliminate processed foods. Basically, the first step to eliminate the processed foods is to stop buying it. Choose fresh ingredients. A good pointer is to shop on the outside of your grocery stores. All the fresher ingredients are going to be on the outside of the stores and not down the aisles. Another good pointer to eliminate processed food is to pack your lunch. Stop eating at the fast food restaurants. Make your own lunches, and so you know the ingredients you're using. It saves money and it's also better for you. Another good step to eliminating the processed foods is basically get back to the basics. Eat meats, vegetables, and fruits. Cut the sweets, candy, and soda. In the book, The Primal Blueprint by Mark Season on page 63, he says, focus on quality sources of animal protein, organic free-range or wild sources of meat, full and fish, and assortment of colorful vegetables and fruits, and healthy sources of fats, nuts, seeds, and their derivative butters, certain oils, avocados, etc. So, to conclude, we have been giving some convincing evidence to maintain a healthy diet. We need to cut out the processed foods. I've done this by explaining what processed foods are, what they are doing to our bodies, and given some easy steps to eliminate processed foods from your diet. So when you pick out a box of cereal or crackers and read the list of ingredients, and if the ingredients are somewhat foreign to you, instead of eating it, try cooking some eggs and bacon or eating some fresh fruit instead. It doesn't matter if you're overweight, obese, average, skinny, menstrual, or pregnant. What matters is that we have one body and we need to take care of it. And not only for yourself, but for your family as well. So some people say to think before you speak. But I'm going to change it up a bit and say think before you eat. Yay!